Hey everybody, how are you? It's me, Kendra, with Uplifting Conversations with Kendra, and I'm so glad to see you tonight. Oh, we are about to have a wonderful conversation. Anyway, before we do that, we got to sing the song. Uplifting, uplifting conversations with Kendra. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, you know what? I'm looking at this light bouncing around this room, and I'm gonna shut these blinds. Okay. Okay. Well, I thought I was gonna shut them. I wanted to let a little sunshine in, but clearly this is not what we need to do. That way you can see me without all the extra reflections. Okay. So first things first, we are doing Fighting Fear with Fear, Part 2. June 25th, 12 to 2, 531 Metroplex Drive. Be there or be sorry. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Admission this time is not money, but it is donations. I have flyers on Facebook. I hope you all have seen them. But if not, it's okay. We're gonna get out flyers. We're gonna keep marketing and keep advertising for this particular event because we had so much to unpack on the first one that we had to do it again. So this will help us get complete. Hey, Miss Waynetta, good to see you, baby. I hope you had fun with them grandbabies yesterday. I did on Saturday. I had an awesome time with the grandbabies. Yes. Okay, so today I wanted to talk to you about what happened to me yesterday. And it's going to fit right in with being lifted up. I mean, God does some amazing, marvelous things. So, me and my husband go in the Kroger. We have his mother with us. So, I let them out at the door. And I go park the car. I come back and park in the car. And I'm walking through. And I notice this older woman on her phone. And I passed in front of her. And I just didn't want her, to think nobody saw her. And I just said, "Excuse me, ma'am." And she said, "Oh, no, it's no excuse needed." And she began to talk to me. And I was walking past her, but I wasn't walking briskly. I was taking my time. And as she started talking, I turned around and just started listening to her. And honey, um, wait, I need you to get that fixed, baby. Sometimes it has nothing to do with you. It's just what's in the air. Okay, I'm hoping you can hear this. But she was talking to me and she began to speak about her children, her foster children. That was what was on her mind. She had a foster child and she really loved this child. And she had not only fostered one or two or three, she had done it for a little while, along with raising her own children. And this woman had been married. Her husband is passed now. But she was so just really sharing her life with me. And they had one baby. She had to give back. The baby was when they got the baby was 3 months. And she had to give the baby back at 6 or 7 months because she had to have surgery and she couldn't care for the baby like she needed to. So she did the best she could to make sure they had this baby in a place where the baby would get all the attention and it would just be the only child in the house. So she made sure that happened. And then there was another child that she had for maybe 4 or 5 years, I believe she was saying. I forget the child's name. But she said that her children were growing up and they got to missing him. And at some point, they asked, "Well, where is our brother?" They're looking for this young man. And so they found him and they were able to get in contact with him. They couldn't call the family, but the adoption agency could call the family. And so that's how they were able to get in contact with this young man. And she was just elated with that. And I'm listening and I'm just standing there and she kept saying, "I'm sorry. Am I talking too much?" And I said, "Of course, no, ma'am." I said, I'm listening. She said, "I just need somebody to listen." I said, "That's what I'm here for." And I just sat, I didn't sat, we were standing, and people were passing by and whatnot, and we were just talking. And she was actually the one talking. I was just reassuring her she was not on my nerves, that she was not a bother or a nuisance. And we just kept making eye contact, and she just looked at me and she just talked about her kids, her kids. So this is proof that your kids will always be your kids. This lady, when she told me she was 85 years old, I looked at her and was like, can't tell it by your body, your face, none of that. So she's 85, and then she's telling me the age of her children, 60, 61, and 62. And she had lost, I think, her middle child. And that was hard on her. She began to cry a little bit when she was telling that story. And so, she just was just really wanting to say everything that was on her heart. We would have talked longer, but of course I had stuff to do, and she knew that. She knew I wasn't there by myself. But just being able to be a blessing to her was just, it had me in awe, because God puts you where you need to be at the time you need to be there. And it's something about being a servant that doesn't bother you when it's a total stranger, when this person, they don't have to beg for your time. It's a God thing. It's something about that spirit in you that says, hold up, this right here is too important. And what she made me think about was the different villages. Y'all know I'm always talking about the village. Well, this is the thing. She made me think about the fact that you have a village when you're born. And then, once you start growing up, of course, your village, spreads out a little bit. And you go through your preteens and your teenage years. You got your village for that. You hit your 30s and 40s, and you got a village for that, because the older folks are going to make sure you know what to do and what not to do. And I thank y'all for that. But then when you get 60 and 70, you're supposed to have a village. You are supposed to have a village that will care for you. And what bothers me is that our older generation has to beg the village to care for them when they have done it. This woman, I had to tell her thank you. She had given her life to raising children who were not hers, along with her children, and had a husband who didn't mind her doing it. She had two husbands because she married once and he died early. And then she married again, and that was her last husband. And so he's gone. But she is just, she's being thankful. She's just thinking about all the things that she's done, and she's missing having somebody to raise. I don't, what that makes me think of is, in physics, when they say a body in motion stays in motion. Well, a mother's heart that cares continues to care. And she just really needed somebody to listen. And I wondered, when is it that we stop caring for our older generation? And I know it's unusual for us in a sense, because when mama was getting older, our roles switched. I became the parent and she became the child. And not literally, but in some aspects. And so, not mama's not the only one I seen that happen with, but as they get older, they're turning back into these babies, and they need a village again. Well, you are older and now more wise, and you understand better, and so you're supposed to step right in and be the village. But why don't we do that? I mean, our government doesn't care anything about our older people. Our younger people, a lot of them care, but not to the point where they're going to give the services like they need. And then there are people that are my age who have not done it well. And I have to admit, I have not done it well. I care, but I have not done it well. And so I think my challenge to us tonight, especially myself, is to call those people that can still answer their phones and just say, hey, I'm thinking about you. I love you. Do you need me to do anything? If it's just one time this week, or maybe one time a month, I think we should care more about our older people because they have given their lives for us. And I don't know many older folks that I can't learn from. I learned so much from just listening. And that was a joy too, that I didn't have to talk. She was doing all the talking. And she had this smile. And she blessed me. God blessed me deep down in my soul to talk to this woman, to be able to just stand there and just be an ear for her. She didn't need me to buy anything. She didn't need me to hold anything, put anything in the car, none of that. She just wanted me to listen. And I am so thankful that God gave me the know-how, the gumption, the obedience rather, to stand there and listen. And a lot of times that's all they want, is someone to listen to them. Because they get older and we think they don't know what they're talking about. That's not true. You better listen because they're saying some wise things. You better catch on real quick. Even in their senile years, trust me, you better catch on because they say some things that don't match sometimes, and you got to hear for that thing that don't match, because that's the thing you're supposed to be listening to and obeying. But she blessed my heart. She really did. But what it made me think about was James chapter 1, verses 26 and 27. It says, if anyone among you thinks he is religious and does not bridle his tongue, but deceives his own heart, this one's religion is useless. Pure and undefiled religion, before God and the Father is this: to visit orphans and widows in their trouble and to keep oneself unspotted from the world. That's simple. We got the fatherless children, and then we got the widows. And I was able to talk with and pray for one of those widows yesterday. And I was so glad she let me pray for her. And it was just most awesome things. The simplest things can bring us so much joy. And that's how Jesus set it up. He don't want us chasing all this stuff. He wants us to be able to enjoy life in a simple fashion and let all the little things bring us so much joy, because the joy comes from him. We are people who need people. That's why so many of us on this earth, eh, for as much as I want to be a hermit, God said, you not, because I made too many people. I need you to talk. I need you to go out there and just be friends with folks. Just make people laugh. Do whatever it is you do best. But be in people's faces, because people need talking to, loving on, reassuring. They need acknowledgement. They need acceptance. They need attention. Those are the things we need from the time we are born to the time we die. We need all of that. We need someone to just say, it's going to be okay. Even if they don't know the situation, you're like, I see you. We need someone to say that. I see you. We need someone to say, look, you are important. You are valued in this moment. If you didn't know it before you met me, you're going to know it when you leave away from me. You are valued. And that lady added value to me yesterday. I can't even explain it. I just keep picturing her face and her beautiful hair and just her gentle way of being in the moment. Man, it just made me feel like I was 10 feet tall. She was really blessing me. She thought I was blessing her, but she was blessing me. And God will do that for you. And that is something that I can look at and know that I don't ever have to give up. She is my example this week. I don't ever have to give up. She didn't know me from Adam, and she just decided, hey, can you listen to me? Somebody will. So I'm here to tell you, I'm here to listen to you guys as well. You all know my number. Call me. We can chop it out. Wait, Netta, when I hang up, when I get off of here, call me. We can talk about it. But we have to pay more attention to our elderly people. These people deserve to be cared for and loved. We do too, but right now, see, yesterday let me know this ain't about us. This ain't about me. That's what I got from that too. This ain't about me. This is about this lady right here. the people like her, all those who have given their life and their time and have been the village. Now they need another kind of village who will usher them into a good rest. I mean, that's what we're here to do. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. And I love you again. Have a great week and be lifted up.